Hi guys, it's Yay for Yarn, and I wanted to show you this accessory kit that I got on Amazon for about 10 bucks or so. This was actually a really good deal because of all the stuff you get in it, and you get this little case here, and it has a latch, a plastic latch, and it opens up, and you get all these different things in it, and each individual set has a slightly different assortment of accessories and tools, but like the only thing that is not perfect about this is that the measuring tape that I got, the inches are huge, so this is not exactly usable. But I didn't buy it for the measuring tape, I bought it for all the other stuff. I got this thing is a latch hook. This is for like fixing dropped stitches in your knitting, and it has a nice big handle on it for good control over the hook. And what happens is you grab the yarn as you go in, and then when you pull it back out, the little latch slides closed and holds the yarn in there so it doesn't slide out. I also got these thread snips, and they usually sell these for sewing, for clipping your threads while you're sewing or quilting, but I love them. They're also really good for yarn. They're sharp and precise, and you can get really close to the surface of the fabric and cut something right on the surface without actually going into the surface of the fabric. I also got 3 different sizes of cable needles. There's a small, a medium, and a large. They're all plastic, but they're pretty good plastic. I got some row counters. I actually got another one, but it's in another project right now. Some yarn needles. There's another one. And there's also a metal one that I've been using. I think there's another one in here, but maybe not. I also got this thing, which I have one of these for sewing. This is really cool. It's for, in sewing, it's for threading elastic through, like a waistband or something, and you slide this little ring all the way up. See, this one's a little stuck. There we go. You slide it up, and this opens. You don't have to slide it up that far, but you slide it up just enough so that you can get your elastic pinched in there, or your if you're threading something through eyelets in your knitting, like if you were threading a ribbon through an eyelet, a row of eyelets, then you could use this. You just kind of pinch whatever you're threading in there and slide this ring down until it's really tight, and then you feed this through instead of your safety pin or whatever you would normally use. I really like this. I also got another latch hook. This is a little tiny one. This is for like maybe fingering yarn or maybe sport weight. I got a ton of stitch markers in here. I got a set of stitch holders, small, medium, and large. I've been using these too. And I also got this. This is a little tool for fixing mistakes in your knitting. It's got a small crochet hook on one end and a big one on the other end. So if you drop a stitch, then you can use the little hook on either end. And it also has like grips on the handle, textured grips. You can use the little tiny end, which is actually really tiny, and the slightly larger end, which would probably be better for sport weight yarn, and use that to fix mistakes. And almost all the rest of these are stitch markers, but I also got some point protectors, and they might not all be in here because I've been using some of those too, but they're all rubber. I think there's another little set of pink ones that are smaller than this, smaller than the blue, but those are attached to something right now. Also, you get all these little dividers, so if I wanted to make a smaller compartment in there, I can remove, well, these two don't come out right here, but these do. I can move them around and reorganize the whole thing. Now, of course, you have to move this stuff out of the way. But there's a whole stack of those. These are all stitch markers. Every one of these things is a stitch marker. Some of them are locking stitch markers, like a safety pin, but only plastic. And you know, you just kind of clip it in there. And these are for, you use these a lot for knitting. These can slide onto your needle, or they can also be clipped into your fabric. You know, if you want to mark which side is the right side or something in garter stitch, these are great for that. There's also these little swirly ones. These are also really good for crochet. And you just kind of slip these into, these are called split ring stitch markers. You can slip these into a stitch and they just kind of hang on the surface of the fabric. There's tons of these little ring stitch markers that are just round and you slide them onto your needle. Tons of those. There's some giant split rings. And there's a bunch of these too. These are like little safety pins, only they don't have a little loop at the bottom. They have like a light, they're like an upside down light bulb. You know, where the loop is really big at the bottom, but you know, that's what I got, and I really like the case too, because you can use it for whatever you want. But I have tons of stitch markers now, and if I would have bought all this stuff separately, it would have cost me a whole lot more money. If I wanted to, I could even get like a 6-inch ruler and put that in there too. So then you just take this whole case and throw it into your knitting bag, and then you have everything you could possibly need as far as notions for your project.